Well, boys, girls, Southeast Asians, Canadians from around the world, welcome to this MPGL broadcast, Game 2 of 4 of the day. It's Team Water versus Team Evos. Game 1 went the way of Evos, fairly convincing. Trent, somehow that 25-minute match took us 65 minutes. So
that is true.
We're on a slow pace here, but it's good. We've only got 4 games, so you got to space them out a little bit. You don't want to rush through it. You know, you don't want to. It's about the journey, not the destination. Am I right?
Excellent point. Yes. And, well, Journey of Game 1, a lot of that was Death Prophet Gaming. So she will not be making a return here in Game number 2. Not a surprising ban. And I was thinking more, since we had so much time to think about that last game. And one thing Water was missing was any hero that did anything. They had Underlord, they had Gyrocopter, and they had Venge as their 3 cores. Those 3 heroes really don't kick anything off, right? They don't. They can all stand together and as a trio approach a tower and be threatening that way, sure. And that is the power of that trio. But their position force tanking was really the only hero that possibly could have started things off in that game. Like, oh, there's the hero, let's start a fight. They didn't really have that. They had a couple swaps, but obviously in the early game when it's most important, swap range isn't really relevant to that discussion. So I already like this because they have a Doom, and that is a hero that can start things off. He buys a Shadow Blade, he buys a Blink Dagger, Doom somebody. Let's fight.
It's true. If there was ever a hero to pop off, it is definitely Doom, and a little flexy as well. Position 4, position 3. Some different ways you can lane this guy. And I guess one of the nice things about Doom is that he can always just pop into the jungle. A little bit of RNG factor there with what creeps he gets. Always looking for that big satyr, I think, first for that easy regen in lane. But we'll see what he can do. Now Leshrac going to be joining the Tusk. So some big-time burst, a nice AoE stun to follow up the Snowball and the Shards. So a lot of synergy between these two. I think a safe opener for Evos.
I remember at MDL, actually, there was some shocking stat about Leshrac. See if I can recall what it was here. Yes, he wound up with a 14% win rate in his 21 picks. He had a very bad tournament.
14.
Yeah. Yeah, it was rough. It was mostly support Leshracs. But, yeah, they had a very, very difficult tournament.
I mean, that's one of those stats I would say I need to look at which teams were playing it, and maybe there was some weird correlation with the teams that got slaughtered. Were playing Lesh, and the good teams were playing other supports that counter Lesh or something.
No, I mean, it was like newbie secret. No. It wasn't anything too absurd.
Okay.
It was. I mean, LGD picked it a few times. It was just he had a hard time. He wasn't really coming. I mean, the winners were like IG Vitality and Newbie. Who were winning with the heroes. So, yeah, no, he didn't really come out all too well. But again, he was position 5 for the most part. So I think people taking him early for that like flexibility option, but almost every single time he got relegated into the support role.
Yeah,
and maybe that's where the hero doesn't shine quite as much.
Well, we'll see what happens here as Water think long and hard about their second pick. It's going to be Disruptor. So a little more of the same. Pretty safe support. A lot of silence now. Good team fight once more.
Yeah, pretty classic counter to the Tusk as well. And if early game, they try and get aggressive, 2 or 3 man snowball, just nice early game initiation. And you come out and you all get kinetic field and possibly stag stormed if he's level 6, and your life is very sad. Oh, puck ban, eh?
I just saw an ad on the top of my Reddit that was for the Navy, and the tagline was, "Every sailor has a story." I was just like, really?
Beautiful.
Is that your sales pitch? Every sailor has a story? I think some of those stories are like, yeah, I got an STD at some port in the other side of the world. They're not always positive stories. When I think of sailors, I think it's like, I remember that time a shark bit me hand off. I guess that's kind of a pirate, but still.
Ahoy.
Ahoy. I don't know. I just feel like the Navy probably has better selling points than, well, You should just ask yourself what would make a better story: being stuck on a boat with a bunch of guys for 6 months, or sitting at home eating Cheetos.
Well, they got you there.
I know. You can't argue against it. It's like, well, shit. I better get out there. I got to earn. Oh, shit. I got the wrong overlay on. It's okay.
Oh,
God. Nothing's blocked, but
no.
it was technically the wrong one. Okay. So didn't miss too much in the banter, man. They're really thinking about this. So a lot of familiar faces. Omni Knight Sand King. I see why the Omni was banned. Shit was unreal last game.
Yeah, he also enables that core Leshrac quite well if they wanted to do that. That'd be a little bit dangerous. Clockwork is still in. I think he would be a decent ban here too, honestly. Just as like a position for water. I feel like he was very popular, did quite well over at old MDL. And other than that, our Night Stalker is gone. Kunkka, okay, that is the other most popular 4, I would say, out of the games.
I want to see Evos pick a Pugna to go with this Lesh. I want to see him flip this game upside its head, do some serious pushing, get some big-time burst damage, and they'll take PL. So slightly different flavor, but hey, it's a carry.
He's been a fairly common counter to the Doom. Hard to get the correct PL sometimes.
Okay, that's true. Just insert some chaos, make Doom's life very annoying.
It basically means as long as you're initiating into a fight, he won't be able to get the right PL. If he's initiating with a Shadow Blade, yes, he will be able to Doom the correct one. But, I mean, that's going to be any hero that you pick. You can't really counter that. Even if you go Linken's, he'll just find a way to pop that, too. So, more important that you have this option that if we're playing aggressive, if we're starting the engagement, there's suddenly 4 PLs running in, and he just has no hope.
Doom's also pretty susceptible to mana burn. He always has mana issues pretty much every stage of the game. And, of course, PL, very good at getting rid of mana. And, hey, speaking of mana burners, great hero to have against a hero like Lesh. You got the Nyx Assassin now. So, some AoE stuns. I'll take it.
Position 4 pool was getting a bit small there. And I guess just kind of struggling to find something that would fit well. But an Assassin, solid hero. Saw him a couple times in position 3 as well, I believe, recently. I think Chalice played him a couple times.
Not into the 3 Nyx, dude.
It's situational. It completely depends on the lane matchup. If you have a Doom, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's situationally not hot garbage, but I would say 9 times out of 10, this hero looks so much better as a 4 than a 3. At least in the games I've seen.
He shines pretty well right now in the 2-1-2 because he can just get the experience. So, like, you're going to slow down your core partner, but you give all the last hits to, like, let's say the Doom in this situation. You're both splitting the XP, and suddenly your level 6 is a Nyx Assassin. This hero does not need items. Like, there's a reason people still buy Midas on this hero sometimes, even though Midas is pretty awful in the current patch. Doesn't feel as amazing as it used to, but Nyx just doesn't need items. And so you get this Midas because you're like, I want more experience and I want like a big item. I want to get like an Aghanims at some point in this game. So Midas is going to get me there. Like Blink's amazing, sure, but you don't really need it. They'll go for the Queen too. So high burst damage here with that combo.
Yeah, and it's nice to have big burst damage to follow up the silences. You know, Disruptor and Doom both provide good setup, so does Nyx, and now you've got a finisher. Also some good ganking potential. Nyx can scout things out, Quap can farm in the jungle nearby, and all of a sudden, I don't think there's a single hero on Team Evos that can survive a gank from the Nyx Queen combo if they've both got all their cooldowns available. How you feeling about the Prophet here, pal? I know you're a big fan of that 4 Nature's Prophet. Have we talked about that yet?
No, but I am a big fan of it, of course. He'll probably be 3 this game.
It's really, I thought it was dumb, and I thought you were goofy for liking it, and then I played against it, and I was like, yep, this is dumb in a different way. I don't like playing against it. This really sucks.
It's incredibly obnoxious. It is true. They have a lot of push right now. That is one thing that in their pentagon of their draft right now, the push is real. Like Leshrac and Nature's Prophet, even just kind of a PL too. Things looking pretty solid for old Evos.
10 seconds remaining.
They are lacking a bit of initiation though. Like they have the Tusk, but they kind of want that like, I don't know, I mean they banned an Axe from Team Water. They thought that might be a decent answer. Not a bad shout out. I'm not sure how their lanes would be if it was an Axe. I guess they're assuming it would be like a Tusk Prophet support duo, Lesh mid, PL safe, and Axe off lane.
I guess this is more pub related, but I've definitely heard people say Axe feels very strong on this patch right now. And I think in some ways you can just jam him into the right draft and he can rotate into the jungle. And once you just get a little bit of momentum, he takes over the game and plays this kind of like we saw the Clockwork last match, I guess. Except obviously you play more of a core role early on.
He's very strong right now for sure. Like Axe has been great. He wound up 50% in terms of like the MDL games, just like overall. But I mean, win rate pretty much means nothing when it comes to those tournaments, except for 14% because that's kind of brutal. But the hero looks strong. You know, he's being like first phase, and we saw those like aggro dual lanes with the Axe and the Skyraft. I think we'll still be seeing plenty of Axe for a while, especially at Birmingham once it gets started up.
Yeah. Luna, though, Team Water, they needed a position 1, and now they've got one. That's some great fight, man.
The anti-Nature's Prophet hero. In terms of like the treants, they just get completely slaughtered by Luna. They are free gold, and of course, she's also pretty good against PL. So, very much liking Water's draft. I think it's
fun.
I don't see like any problems with it, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their initiation is like it takes a little while to come online. They need like the blink on the Nyx or the blink or the Shadowblade on the Doom or something, but like overall, I think it looks very strong.
I think their lineup will look good if they can execute, but they have a lot of squishy heroes and Evos do have some catch. You know what I mean? Like, there are definitely ways, especially with this DK now. They've got 3 heroes with pretty good stunts, and with that Prophet rotating in, I could see them all of a sudden having like a 2v2 and then turn it with the Prophet, or all of a sudden have a 3-on-1. That Nyx Assassin or that Luna or Disruptor, they're pretty squishy early on, Trent. They've certainly got kill potential themselves, but I don't know if this one's going to be a walk in the park. I think Evos are going to hold it together, and, I mean, look at that pushing power. Mid-game, you win a couple of fights. You're taking Roche. You're taking those tier 2 towers like it's your fucking job.
I think Evos, I think their draft last game was better.
Yeah.
In comparison. I don't know.
Especially after we saw that early tri-lane went. So I think that's fair. What are the lanes here?
It's gonna be the offlane Prophet. It's the support Leshrac. My question is, I'm not very confident in the Prophet in terms of how he's gonna start this game. I think he has a difficult opener here because he either has to go lane up against the Luna +1, possibly Luna +2, or he has to lane against the Doom. I guess if he could lane against the Doom, that would be great, but you would assume that they're not gonna be able to find that matchup.
Yeah.
And if they do find that matchup, it's going to be Doom in the safe lane. And that's just not as much of a concern for him. Disruptor's DC'd, so that could be an issue. There you go.
Well.
Our guy's not moving.
All right. Welcome to C Dota. Brutal.
At least we're reporting yellow here. This is good.
I mean, you have to. There's only one solution to this problem.
I tip you, man. Tip for tip.
Great.
Wait. Does that mean you can just open up lobbies on Ticket and we can just start tipping each other, dude? Come on. Let's abuse the battle pass. Time for some Midas mode in-houses.
Shit, dude. I'm in. I like the in-house game. It's fun.
We should just do that today instead of What the Duck. We'll get some randoms in. We'll just in-house. It'll be great.
There you go. We've got a lot of friends. Could fill it with 10.
So what do we got here in terms of itemization? Has anyone shown off what they're doing? Queen of Pain's missing her tangos. Supports did not help her out here. I guess because Disruptor was AFK. For shame.
So
where are Disruptor's items?
How about that Fortnite?
And there's no courier. We're gonna have to remake. Unless his money just all comes back. I don't know. We'll see. How about that Fortnite? Well, $100 million.
Yeah. No, the Disruptor's got 600. What? Did you? I liked.
Oh, mine's just bugged, is it? Okay, yeah,
I guess so. I liked Charlie's tweet the most, where he said, "You fools, haven't you learned that esports money only matters once you actually have the money?" And it's like, that is really true. And we have seen this before, where a developer or a tournament has made an announcement like that that's too big for their britches, and they kind of start it, and sure, maybe they put in 10 million or whatever, and then it just kind of peters out, and who knows? That's a big. That's one of those you can't just say that and expect people to believe it. You gotta walk that walk. It was the same thing when TI happened. I remember. Which team was it? The Chinese team that thought it was actually a hoax. It was too much money to be real.
Oh yeah, that's
I forget
right.
Which squad it was? I can't remember.
Too.
It was before my time. But a very real thing, and of course, Valve ended up being the reputable, upstanding developers that they are.
Who would have thought?
Notorious for paying out in a timely, safe, fair manner. But very interesting, dude. Just nutso for esports. I still have not played Fortnite, but it is insane. Like, you think that esports has gotten to this point where, like, yeah, we're pretty big. We're looking at all these numbers. We're patting ourselves on the back like, wow, League of Legends sold out the Staples Center. Holy Toledo. Then all of a sudden, this random guy named Ninja comes along. It's just like, yeah, I'm just going to rent out this venue in Vegas. I make like $1 million a month in subs. I'm just going to do my own event where I'm just going to fucking play people that show up on stage. It's insane. Like, the amount of reach that Fortnite is going to have of just bringing in people that don't play esports into esports is, like, it's already happening. Like, just getting that word on the radar for people that were more casual gamers or console gamers. Because don't forget, Fortnite's cross-platform, dog.
I know. My brother-in-law plays it on his PlayStation, and I laughed. And I was like, oh, shit, you know what that is? Because he's not really into gaming that much. Like, he plays a couple titles on the PlayStation, but, like, even he has played Fortnite. I was like, all right, I guess this game really is everywhere.
And that's what's so genius about it. And, I've been in the investor world recently, and that's, like, the hot shit now. All the old dudes that don't know anything about anything, they're like, oh, wow, is it like Fortnite? I was talking to somebody about a mobile game a few days ago, and they're like, oh, is it like Fortnite? I heard that competitive stuff's really hot. I'm like, it's absolutely nothing like Fortnite at all. That is not a mobile game, sir.
Well, you know what I'm actually looking at right now is that Adam is no longer coach for Fnatic, and AUI is?
Wow. That's actually
AUI is in Birmingham. He's there to coach.
Whoa. I dig it.
Whoa. So who's Adam going to be playing for? They said Adam's returning to playing. Does that mean he's playing for Fnatic? I assume not.
I mean,
but still,
who knows? I have no idea. That's pretty wild, though. Hasn't Adam been a coach for kind of a while now? It's been a pretty good stretch.
Yeah, he went to, he did Cole for a long time, and then he went to Fnatic. But, yeah, I guess he wants to go back to playing. I wonder if he's going to play for Cole. Oh, I bet I just sniped it, guys. Start the post. Cole.Adam. Let's go. But anyway.
That would actually be pretty sick. I'm not going to lie.
I'm down for that, dude.
That would be...
comes to NA, starts supporting our boy Z-Freak. We're in.
That would be wild.
All right. So I'm curious. I'm going to be watching Nature's Prophet for the most part this laning phase. Not going to lie. I feel like that's going to be the more exciting question here is how do they handle the Luna and the Disruptor? And our boy Nick Sasson is indeed up top because he doesn't need to be bottom. As great as Luna tri-lanes are, she's pretty strong. She can handle it with a Luna +1. She doesn't need a super strong laning support. Disruptor obviously notoriously poor when it comes to the old laning. But it's okay. You got Luna.
A little invasion action happening here. And it looks like they'll go 2 for 2 again. Up top, water snag both, and down bottom, it will be Evos. And both sides committed to the 2-1-2. Actually broke that that mold last game. Saw a fairly committed tri-lane from water, but obviously it backfired.
Okay, this is a good way to start this lane down bottom. They're going to be using the shards to slow the creeps. They're blocking with the treants as well. I like this lane, this lane ward, the Radiant placed down too. It's somewhere where the sentry won't hit. That's most commonly placed, and it's just always going to let them know where that Tusk is rotating left or right in the tree line. They'll always know exactly which side he's going to be trying to engage from.
Yeah, it seems like a fairly even lane matchup. I guess. Although, as I say that, Luna starts getting smacked pretty hard, and you can see the pressure. But it's going both ways. Double.
It's gonna
mango.
start stronger for Evos for sure. Just like Prophet this is his like peak point. Honestly, is level 1 Treants, 66 base damage, and a lot of times you'll have an Orb of Venom too, but he didn't go for it this game because his Tusk has one.
And another set of shards. Disruptor not quite blocked out. Meanwhile, mid. So DK on Quap. I think this is a fairly even mid matchup if left alone. I like that we're going back to the 1v1s. You know, mid was such a dumb lane to analyze for so long. Whoa, that's a courier pick.
Yeah.
There it is. I saw it on the mini-map, but I clicked it too slow. Nice little pick off there from Avil. But it's cool that we're kind of back to the true one-on-ones, you know, for the most part. Now without a courier, it doesn't feel like a one-on-one completely, but not in a fair context. Will definitely be good news for Facehugger.
I think that ward just got spotted, though, because of where he walked and placed it. Maybe it didn't, though, but we'll see. Yeah, it should be a really easy lane for Facehugger at this point now. It used to be that any melee hero against Queen of Pain was going to have a hard time, but the regen has just gotten so ridiculous on Dragon Knight that this is not a problem at all. And in fact, because he can just buy a Quelling Blade and get that bonus 24 damage, it should be more difficult for the Queen of Pain to CS. Yeah, I'm surprised he's even doing this well, to be honest.
Yeah, up top, see Doom take a lot of damage. And actually, could this be a kill? Lightning from the Lesh. Level 2 Doom does not have Scorched Earth. The healing salve gets broken. Another round of lightning as well as the Spirit Lance, but he makes it back to the tower. Meanwhile, bottom lane, snowball across. First blood drawn on the Nyx Assassin. They go 1-for-1. Nyx for Tusk. The two big cores will be pretty happy with themselves. Disruptor taking some right clicks. Some nice body blocks with the Treants, as you were talking about. But the Disruptor survives.
I didn't think they would commit the Tusk down here for so long, but this has been working out well for them. And Splicko.
Uh-oh. That's going to be a dead Luna, looks like. Sure is. Yeah. Way too much
completely
damage.
Alone.
No supports nearby. Nyx does not have a TP. He's running in. And Disruptor, he's headed home. It's brutal.
So I guess I envision them putting more pressure onto the Doom in these cases, but like just the PL and the Leshrac are gonna have a hard time slowing down the Doom. Now that they don't even have the Nyx Assassin up here, I think it should still be fine for the Doom, honestly. Just like walking on over, he's got level 2 inside the Infernal Blade, but looks like he's also just having some struggles. Look how much pressure Logic is just putting on him too. Like he's just always running at the Doom.
I was gonna say, I don't think he's gonna be able to handle this too well. And Logic's a full level up on him, and now Lesh, even just with a level 1 Lightning, is able to put enough pressure on the Doom that he doesn't feel comfortable walking up. Now back down bottom, the 3-on-2, almost getting a kill on the Nyx Assassin. Radiant running a little bit low on mana, but I guess the same can be said for the Nature's Prophet. A couple of mangoes still available. And back to last hitting we'll go. Still great stuff for Evos, though. This bottom lane is going pretty all right for them, if not in their favor. And they're in the 2v3 scenario right now, so opening up some efficiency means that DK can farm safely in the mid. And now DK's level 5. Not going for the 3rd point in Dragon Blood, but once you get that Soul Ring, you don't even need it. Quap relies so much on being a lane dominator by just harassing and usually using that Shadow Strike a little bit. And here she's just forced to level up the old Scream of Pain, try to get some last hits. It's not easy. Now back down bottom. Tusk taking some big burst damage. Heals up with the stick. Snowball does get a little bit of a reset. Can't get the kill under tower. Might still go down here. And there's the Lucent Beam. Splicko. And hey-oh, it's Prophet. He gets the counter kill the other way on the Nyx. But maybe Avil will get brought down. It looks like it. One more from Splicko. He does not have the mana for that Lucent Beam. But he might still be able to close the gap. No! Great use of the shards to follow up after the sprout. And now this Luna is on the run. Luna's a little too slow, perhaps. The TP forward is able to grab the bounty, so a small victory, but does get brought down. Sneaky plays from the Prophet, but in the end, it is Evos that come out ahead in that exchange.
I underestimated my dear Prophet. Just too strong, man. This hero, the Treants.
There's something about it where, I mean, you can see how hard he hits when you're watching as a spectator, but it feels worse to I have a whole new appreciation after playing that in-house against just that early lane. And that was even a position 4 Prophet, but you're right. These early levels, it just feels like they absolutely can't trade with him, especially now that he has the phase boots. He hits for 100.
Yeah.
I mean, Luna hits about that hard, but Prophet has way longer range. And not to mention the trance. Now Tusk initiated on the snowball again. They just go in onto the disruptor. A Veal in the back line. One more. Gets the kill. They'll go 1 for 1, but Evos get the first part of the trade. Now a Veal left behind. Stick charges. Nice stun right as the phase boots come out.
Nice sidestep.
Whitemon's there, and not going to be enough to save his good friend. So some shutdown gold goes the way of Matino. 460 for that dominated streak being ended. Now Whitemon needs to be a little careful as he gets thunderstruck.
Top lane, the Doom being pushed under the tower here.
Logic, does he have his charge? Yes, he does. It's level 3. The Phantom Rush is on the way. Doppelganger, but needs to be a little careful. The Scorched Earth looks like it'll be enough. Doom survives. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, missing some kills here as 2 come out in favor of Evos, but Quap drops the ultimate, brings down Lesh, and now a Veal pretty low. Another nice stun from Matino. Phase Boots not going to be available, but Sprout TP. A Veal does make it home. Now Snowball across. Maybe Tusk can find the kill. He does before going down. EJ with a double, but still Evos getting something out of that. We'll take a look at the recap.
As well, back top, the PL did take down the Doom. PL only had about 40 HP left, so he chased him the whole way back and around through the tower and everything. Doom almost made the play. But
so it's a 3 for 3 across the map, not including the Doom. So 3 for 4. A lot of gold does end up going the way of Team Water because they are behind so early on here. So keeping this game pretty even. Meanwhile, mid though, DK, he's used the ultimate, still has pretty long duration on it. A Veal uses the teleport to join this party. Nyx gets clipped by the Breathe Fire, and that's an easy kill there. They'll chase down the Disruptor. Whitemon misses the Split Earth. Nice sidestep, but on the other side, it's a Veal. Feels like this guy is everywhere. Now the glimpse back on the DK. A Veal maybe isolated. EJ locked inside. Pretty long cooldown on the Blink, and on the back, it's Doom. Maybe in a bit too deep, trying to use the ultimate. He gets it off, but it's on the DK. I don't know if that's the target that you want. He's got a lot of regen, and it does not disable it. And he is just going to survive through this, no problem.
I was going to say he should have greeded up and went for the Prophet, but honestly, Prophet just would have got denied anyway, so maybe that's not worth it.
I mean, at least it's a kill, though, right? Prophet spends some time in the grave.
Yeah. True.
That's just a wasted cooldown. I mean, DK doesn't even care. It's like DK doesn't even take damage from it.
Yeah. That is true.
I mean, DK's regen is like 12, 13, something like that. What's the damage on Doom? The DPS is 25. Am I doing that math right? Does it cut the damage in half just by natural regen?
Yep.
That's clown shoes, dude. DK is kind of... He doesn't even have level 4 Dragon Blood.
All right, Prophet is back bottom. Can they actually get this guy?
Looks like Thunderstrike might be a good start. Luna on the way. He does have a lot of stick charges here. There's the Lucent Beam. Pops the stick. Snowball across. Now just trying to hide in the tree line. And it looks like he will survive. Lesh and Tusk on the backside trying to turn on the Luna. But no, it's a nice glimpse into the Eclipse. Sets it up for a double, but Luna does fall. Walrus Punch makes it a 2 for 2. Now it's Nyx on Tusk. Mana Burn. Ice Shards. Other kills happening around the map. God. Looks like the mid-tier 1 falls, as well as PL getting another solo kill on the Doom. So while that's happening, and even trade down bottom, the rest of the Radiant are just getting absolutely shredded here, Trent.
Yep. Prophet's back down bot.
Oh, hello.
And DK's here as well.
Big dive here from the Tusk. Nice snowball. Dodges the stun. He's got a lot of follow-up. Sets up the stun onto the Nyx with the Dragon Tail. Follow-up Breathe Fire after the Spike Carapace. Splitgo does not have the damage to turn on the Tusk, but the DK might be in some trouble. Doom's rotated as the Disruptor flops over. This game quickly falling apart way faster than the last one. Doom going to be left alone. Another Dragon Tail. Running kind of low on resources for the side of Evos, but nope, it's Lesh. He's got a full mana pool. They don't even need the Split Earth to find the kill. It's another one for the Prophet, and now some pressure onto this tier 1 tower with the Siege Creep and this swarm of Treants. A swarm of Trents. That was a 4-for-0 exchange, by the way. Nobody died on the Dire, and everybody but the Quap was killed on the Radiant. Space created for the PL, who also did not rotate. I'm tunnel vision on that. But, you know, PL free farming, honestly, it matters. Look at this. He's going to get a tower, maybe. They've used the glyph already, but he's got a siege creep. Splicko wrapping around the backside. Now, PL didn't get the bounty, and I don't have my calculator out, but I think with the new bounties, it's worth it to leave the lane to pick him up like that instead of handing him over for Luna to just snag. But
I mean, that's a 73 gold bounty at that point, so it's like
for
73
everybody
for your whole team. I know, but
70
it's
times
overall
5, I think it's worth. You got to be a team player. But I'm nitpicking. What you know? What are you gonna do? That'll be all 3 tier 1s dead. So Water starting to lose a little bit of map control. The noose is being tightened. Look at Avil. Look at this guy. He's got a ward up on the high ground. He's like, hey, I know where they're farming. If he comes over here, I'm just gonna kill him.
Yeah, he can ult and kill this disruptor.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But does he see that queen? He does.
I think so. Yeah, he's a little scared.
She's stuck. He's like pinging her. Like, hey, look, guys, she's stuck.
But a haste rune picked up by the Tusk. This could be something. Leshrac also in the neighborhood. They'll see the Doom walk by. He does have an ultimate, but nope, they just head back to defensive territory. Smoke used. And ward very close, but I don't think they were in vision.
Yeah, it was kind of close. They like just went down the stairs and then smoked. So like no one went through here. They should know they're smoked. No one went back up there and no one came through here.
Yeah.
So they should be aware they're smoking somewhere.
You can kind of deduce it, and you can see by DK's positioning they might be aware. That's a Radiant scan. Does connect on Facehugger. And this is all 5 of Team Water rotating down bottom now. And I think DK hard-pressed to survive this one. Thunder Strike to give him vision, and yeah, plenty of follow-up damage. But does kind of lock him in place for a decent Ice Shards. All the while up top, they just commit to this tower. I say, hey, it's literally all 5. I didn't even use Elder Form. We'll take it. We can get this tier 2 and still have plenty of time to come back if we want to defend. But situation where the good, the strong offense ends up being the best defense, and it pulls back the Radiant.
It's a sign of the good profit players too, right? Where you're using those treants not only for the push, you have to accept that sometimes you can't get the max damage on the tower because you want to be scouting with a couple of them. Did the old ice. He's doing it again mid here. Avil just sends one off to the side. Wants to keep an eye on things. See what's going on in the game. You don't need them all just hitting creeps.
Those little mobile wards there.
Yep. Extremely convenient.
Matino, he's got the Vendetta, and he's looking at this profit. He's doing the math right now. Quap's nearby, and they're ready to party.
Man, they missed the stun, though. Okay. That'll do it.
Has to use the big cooldown, but pretty big kill there, and EJ very happy with that. This is a big sign of life for the Queen of Pain. He's been the one cleaning up a lot of these kills. He's now 6-0-0. Every fight he's been involved in, he has picked up all of the kills. Now top lane, it's Doom in a lot of trouble. He does have the Doom, but it won't make any difference. He's going to save it this time. Still has the infused range ops.
Yeah. Yeah. He's had a few problems. He has not used his Doom well.
They're not playing around the Doom, you know?
Yeah. I think he just really wants that one item. Because he got shut down in lane because the Nyx had to abandon because the bottom lane was going so poorly that he had to go down there and try and help that situation, which didn't really make it any better. And then Doom now not only just not getting experience, he also wasn't getting any gold. So he's way behind. Behind Tusk. And we have a maxed Q disruptor. He just kept going. I thought he would stop at 2 in the lane, get the value point, but no. Yeah, he went the whole way.
Yeah. Yeah. So Thunderstrike, it's like a 1-point wonder. You know, that first level does more damage than your average level 1 spell. Doom's going to walk up to the high ground. There's going to be a cavalry waiting for him. But yeah, I mean, it scales okay, but honestly, not even that great. The rest of his skills scale so, like, look at Glimpse. It goes from 60 to 18 seconds. 600 cast range to 1800 cast range. Compare that to the 4 seconds off Thunderstrike. I don't know.
We're
You do
flying
that.
back for this one.
White Mon, yeah, he's going to get killed first. Doom is back in the fray as Nyx is getting repelled pretty hard. The tower's already gone down.
All right, he doomed the Tusk, and he has Shadow Bladed himself here.
All right, well, that was a pretty cute play.
Amuleted,
yeah, it's the amulet. That was cute. Of course, they have a sentry. He forces him to...
Who placed it on him? The DK put it on him. Hey, dude, just stay still. I got you.
Hey, dude, Shadow Amulet is in a weird place now where you can actually use it pretty effectively like that. You know, there are situations where you can also try to think a step ahead, play it yourself in lane, and then be... I mean, look, he's doing it right now. He's like, hey, if they come up here, guys, I'll be the ward right now. It's a pretty handy little item. Don't underestimate it. Now Shadow
Blade time now.
This is the reveal. He's going to see the Disruptor. He's like, okay, guys. I got him. Elder Dragon form used. Dragon Tail. Easy solo kill for the DK. Nice stun from the Nyx on 2. But is it actually going to set anything up? The Lesh getting very low. Turns, connects with the stun, but it will be the end of him. A Veal able to TP home. Now DK left in a 2v1. Make it a 3v1. That's also an Orchid. Uh-oh. Facehugger. He's in a lot of trouble. Queen, that's a whiff, but still gets the kill. That's a godlike.
Hey man, that's okay. He deduced. He said, all right, that didn't hit. Must have went here.
Yep.
Blink, scream, got him.
That's true. You're right. It's worth. In the end, completely works out. Now Splitgo. Hey, look. He's thinking, oh, man, that Prophet, he's in the well. He's healing, right? Yeah, for about 3 seconds. And now the Disruptor going to walk in, throw his life away on top of the Luna. Quap does use the Orchid, but a nice save with the Snowball onto the Doom. Breaks things up a little bit. Might not be enough to save Tusk with the reinitiation. Maybe they can find a kill. PL, great doppelganger. But it's a 1-on-3, and the real PL trying to make the grand escape. It's a level 4 doppelganger, but it's not enough. You don't get that big CD reduction until 25, so... Okay, well, Team Water showing us what it's all about. Big gain for them, and that makes the gold lead a mere 2K.
That's Max Thunderstrike put in some work, man. That's what killed the Prophet. Got him.
Got him.
He did more damage than Doom in that fight because of the Thunderstrike.
Yeah, but I think
credit where credit is due.
That is true, but the overall, you look at the net worth, the Disruptor is in poverty mode, and you can't help but think, you know, if you just level up Glimpse and Kinetic Field, it helps your team get more kills.
Now,
and then,
here's the thing, though.
You know,
when would he be glimpsing people? Because they're always on the defensive. Because Evos have always been on the offensive.
Well, but can't you use it defensively though, so you can get the numbers advantage? Like they're running at you, Tusk snowballs in, it breaks, you immediately glimpse, he gets sent back, and then you have the little advantage.
It takes so long though. It's like it takes 4 seconds or whatever for them to get glimpsed. I don't know. It's okay. Sometimes you just end up saving the person. I could see it working maybe to glimpse back the Prophet after a TP in. That would be kind of nice.
Okay, yeah, you've upped the ante with that one. I see what you're saying though. Matino, whoo, he's on the run.
Give him the Thunderstrike. What do you think about the Battlefield of this game, by the way? Because PL, he just queued it up right away, and he never shied away. So this is something that has been nerfed because it doesn't work for the illusions anymore.
It's peculiar. I'll definitely give you that. I think most people right now would say this is not the go-to build on PL, and going for that early diffusal just gives you so much more, right? Like it turns PL into an actual fighter in the early game, and you can start to snowball that way. He's going to go right into Manta now. However, with that said, it's still pretty nice for a game like this. They're continuing to do this same sort of style with the 4+1, so I think it makes sense with the general strategy they played in the first match of this series and how they've played this one as well. He's had a lot of space in the lane, so of all the PL games, it's felt pretty worth it. But this is the drawback. You go for this greedy build, Orchid is a 100% counter until the Manta comes out. And, you know, you have to wonder if he went Diffusal, was a little bit more involved in these team fights since they have so many kills, could he just have the Manta already and have maybe even just slowed down that Orchid? Instead now, Queen of Pain being #1 on net worth, and she's going to start to pull ahead. You know, another setup like that, and she'll be an item ahead of him, and that's when things get really scary. Her BKB is almost done, dog.
I think his logic was that he doesn't want this game to maybe drag, and then suddenly Luna's out farming them all, and she's just killing all the treants, and they have a hard time establishing map control or something, and then he's just saying, look, I can be a hard farmer just like the Luna of this game if I get a Battle Fury. I have such a good start. Let me have this one team.
That's fair.
Personally, I'm more of the mind of the Diffusal style myself, but I don't really know about their team dynamics. Maybe this is what they're more comfortable with. So
definitely seems to fit their style and these heroes. You know, like Tusk plus the 3 pushers is a great, hey, we're going to 4-man and knock down towers while you just farm. And I mean, this game was so weird for PL, right? He went the greedy Battle Fury build and still was able to solo the top tier 1 and got 2 solo kills on Doom. That's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to be punished for going this greedy build. So, like, even with that kill that they just found on him in the bottom lane, he's already been handed so much more space than you would normally expect.
Yeah, the beauty of the Phantom Lancer hero. Does quite a bit of work with just treads and Aquila.
Splicko. Mask of Madness. You know, I played a game with Mr. V yesterday, or the day before.
A legend.
And he showed me the insane Luna farming build where you max out all 3 before you get Eclipse.
Yeah, I've seen that. That is pretty brutal.
And you just go Mask of Madness and you just stack and run around the jungle. It's pretty insane. At 20 minutes, he had like Mask of Madness, Dragonlance, BKB. I was pretty impressed. Lesh just going to walk right into him. That's an easy kill.
Looks like that Paparazzi game when he just had the IO on the Luna.
Yeah.
It was completely disgusting. Oh,
Yeah.
Dire are doing that pushing thing. 2 heroes down bottom. Dragon Knight ulti about to come back online. They need to make a choice here on the Radiant. Looks like they're coming home.
Yeah, at least just the Queen of Pain. Nope, there's going to be more. They want to find a kill. They've got a Dust, and they're going to pop it onto this DK. Orchid and Doom. They want it this time, and they will find it. EJ, beyond godlike, gets another 12-0-2. BKB complete. Shiva's guard on the way.
All right, you pop Doom, though. You got to get something. I want an objective here, not just this DK pick.
Yeah. And again, that's DK still with Elder Dragon form. So he's going to respawn pretty quick. They can immediately just start taking objectives. I agree with you, pal. If they don't do something here, that sort of ends up just being space created for the PL.
Like, it's still good overall, but I mean, there's just this innate pressure whenever you do something like that with Doom. Because, like, he was probably dead, but if you're securing the kill like that anyway by chucking the Doom on it, that, to me, says, all right, we're getting something here. I need this man to die.
No, absolutely. And they're going to do just that. They jump in. PL shows off the Manta, dispels the Orchid, and that might stop this push dead in its tracks as the Nature's Prophet throws out the ultimate, which is called Wrath of Nature.
Oh, my goodness. Dire scan. They know there's an Invis Nyx assassin around here as well.
Yep, Nyx. Vendetta. Hey-oh, there it is. Catches the Tusk, and he will not have a way to deal with that Orchid. See you later, my friend. Up top, whoa, we got a rat. We got a little Ratsky here. Shadowblade back home. He's got the Orchid himself. No TPs back quite yet. If they could interrupt some TPs, that could actually be sort of wild. 5 heroes grouped up in the mid. Disruptor on the way back. DK, look at this. He's got a haster, and he's looking for the TP interrupt. He's only got 1. Do they not have TPs? They're dogging it. They're getting them out of the inventories. A couple of them don't have TPs. Now the Eclipse gets used, and DK, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Shadowblade does not save him, but both BKBs use the Glimpse and the ulti from Whitemon. But hey-oh, up top, tier 3 tower down. Avil, old Ratsky comes out with a victory for the Dire. And now are they going to find more PL? He's going in, stun off the mark. But he just doesn't have that much damage without the Diffusal, which is queued up.
Dead.
Wait, he actually killed Quap. Oh, my God. He gets glimpsed back as well. Now Doom's on the way. Doom is not available. Another 10 seconds, but PL very low. No Doppelganger for 5. Might make it up to the high ground as the Tusk helps with the reset. Nature's Prophet finishes off the Disruptor. Crimson Guard, great item in this situation, but Doom might even be in a little bit deep here. Tusk in some trouble, getting burned down by the Fiery Sword, but uses the Dust, uses the Urn, and now stuck inside of the Sprout. They will reinitiate, and Doom is done for. Another kill for the Dire. Trent, I underestimated this PL. My word, those illusions. They shredded him.
Yeah, those were some unreal procs, though. Like, those illusions, suddenly there were so many.
Yeah.
Dang, there's only an 8% chance for an illusion to trigger. That was very unlucky for the Queen.
Yeah.
But obviously quite lucky for the old PL. So that'll help secure them the old Roche.
Yeah, and that is the first death of the game for Queen of Pain.
Oh, wow. How much was that then?
1K.
995 gold for PL. Oops.
So remember that whole thing about her being an item ahead? Yeah.
Remember when that Manta just got delivered mid at the tier 2? Oh, well, I'm about to have a heart.
So,
here,
yeah,
guys.
what happened there is PL went from, hey, guys, I'm pretty close to my defusal, to, hey, guys, you know, instead of right-clicking the defusal, I think I'm just going to go straight heart and become unkillable. What do you think? And the team gave him the thumbs up on that one. I actually think it's the really smart play. Heart is an incredible item. It's like Radiance. The drawback to Heart is the time it takes to get to Heart. If you can bypass that aspect of it, then, yeah, it's incredible. And that in tandem with the BKB now secured by Facehugger, my word, sir, it's going to be tough. Also a gem up on Tusk. So forget about detection, forget about dust. This guy's got it covered.
Okay. They're also, now one thing, Prophet actually got nerfed. It wasn't in the change log specifically, but they made it so that Shrines have 5 HP regen, which I personally think was a direct Nature's Prophet nerf. I think that was the whole point. Because you used to be able to just send your Treants, and you would just kill the Shrine. And it wasn't even worth sending heroes to defend it, because you knew it was dead no matter what. Now you can't really do that with your Treants.
Whoa, smoke rotation. It's going to get busted. DK uses the Shadow Blade, gets the counter initiation onto the Nyx, uses the BKB, but gets doomed. Oh, man. Facehugger with the quick fingers. However, they do still lose the Lesh, but on the other side, they do bring down the Disruptor. So 1-for-1 there. BKB's used. They want this PL. Remember, he does have Aegis. There is some rat play going on back at the base. What's the TP situation? Luna does not have one, period.
Sideline reporter here. He's about to get the melee racks. Doom TP is canceled.
Uh-oh. Doom's in a lot of trouble as well. There's the Doppelganger Nyx. He does have a TP, but he's going to get locked in place, stunned up, and will not be able to make it home. Vendetta, they've got the detection. There it is. Walks by a sentry.
Coming back into the top lane. Finds a Disruptor.
And might have this kill. Holler, holler, get $1. That's an Orchid and a free kill. Lane of Barracks now secured. Melee first and then the range. This is exactly how you want to play your Prophet. Bottom lane, Quap trying to make it back, but DK in hot pursuit. Prophet gonna make it there. There's the Orchid. Gonna be a follow-up Dragon Tail. They've got the burst, and this Quap is gonna pop. Dead she is. Buyback available, but it's a disastrous situation for Team Water. Now the bottom barracks going to be under siege. No glyph available. There's still a tier 2 standing mid, but we could be moments from a GG here as their base gets ripped apart.
Yeah, things were looking just a little dicey there for Evos right before that Manta came out. And then that combined with the a little bit of luck there to kill the Queen of Pain in the mid lane and suddenly send PL in towards the Heart of Tarask. And this game just fell over. Nature's Prophet, excellent plays by the Prophet too. They are clearly very experienced with the hero. Avil, he just kept waiting on top of those steps, and he was like, "All right, guys, can you guys start a fight mid?" Like you said, DK had that haste rune. He just started that fight. That wasn't really a great fight for Evos because they're just down one hero, but he wanted them to engage. And the second they engaged, Prophet took that tier 3, and then that tier 3 being open just puts this whole world of hurt into your team. As they will end up finding Avil though.
All right,
with no buyback, good grab. And there are some downsides to Prophet too. Like, although he looks amazing in those situations, he is not a team fighter. Like, he couldn't even have came into those fights if he wanted to, you know? But when you play around him that well, it makes the hero look very strong.
Well, Dire have a glyph, but look at this. Water trying to strike back while the iron is hot. And they might deduce pretty soon that there's no buyback on this Prophet. Team fight, though, ready to break out. Doom on the BKB, DK again, and just way too much damage coming out of the Dire. Now that the BKBs have been popped, Doom will actually survive through it until the magical burst cuts through that Crimson Guard. Now Matino trying to get to the high ground. He's getting low. Luna with a nice Hurricane Pike does survive, but all the while deep in the base, the Nyx Assassin will fall. Looks like Disruptor left behind, giving some vision as Luna throws another Lucent Beam, but Snowball gives the reset, and it's a full wipe. GG gets called. That's going to be Evos taking the entire game. I like the thought process from Water to try and do that final push and make something happen, but it's an uphill effort, and
they were already used to fighting without Nature's Prophets, so
yeah, that's honestly, you're totally right.
But they had no choice. I think that was definitely still the right call. Had to hope for the best, maybe try and make some plays, but man, Evos looking good. That Nature's Prophet pick was excellent, and I think Water just maybe struggling a little bit to get the Doom online at first. He did eventually get there, but maybe a bit later than you would have wanted, and despite Queen's best efforts and